Next one， 那个加勒 ，Can you speak this paragraph? United. The team
united to win the game.
OK, very good. 那这个 United 呢，它有这个联合的意思，像是美国嘛，你们应该有听过 United States 啊，简称 US 就是美国。那在这里呢，它又有团结的意思，因为它要团结起来 ，to 就是为了 win the game 赢得比赛，啊 game 就是比赛的意思。OK， 那你们比较喜欢的那个 game 应该是游戏，对不对？大家都没事就喜欢在那边打这个游戏，这样，那它有很多的意思。那这里指的是，也可能是游戏啦，但是它是一个团队嘛，所以更指的应该是比赛。OK, next one. Ethan, can you speak and read this paragraph? Writers.
The writers finish their story.
OK, very good. The writers finish their story. Writer 就是它后面加 er，通常是人嘛。那 writer 就是作者的意思。W-R-I-T-E-R。写这本书的作者，为什么要加 s？ 就是很多人。然后 finish， 我怎么知道他是很多人 ？Finish their 就是他们的嘛，所以这里指的是很多人，你的 writer 就要加 s。然后 their stories stories 本来是 story， 那因为复数 y 就去 y 加 ies。OK。OK，next one， 我们赶快念一念好了。那个，Janet， can you read and speak paragraph 1 from as you read to is correct?
As you read, you may find words that can't have more than one meaning.
OK， 然后could have more than one meaning 就是它很多意思。The other words in the sentence will help you figure out which meaning is correct. Figureout figure out。那你可以先注记一下，这个就是有找出的意思。找出 ，OK 吗？你要去找到这个东西。那找到之后 ，which meaning is correct？meaning 意思，哪一个意思是正确的 ？which meaning is correct？ 所以你可以就是用它的语句来看它的这个前后文，然后看这个句子，这个单字是什么意思，这样子。好，那我们看这个，next one， 加勒 ，Can you speak this paragraph? We need to finally
finally limit our use of plastic to save the
resource.
resource.
OK, very good. 他就说我们要最终还是要限制这个塑胶袋的使用，然后来保护我们的这个地球。那上面是他的解释，我们先看一下，你们自己看过就好，好不好？然后 your turn. Write the correct meaning of each word from page 62 below, based on the sentence. 有两个单字，一个叫 parks， 一个叫 land。那你们想想看它是什么意思？那我先切到 page 62。Parks 跟 land， 那给各位30秒。Okay, Ethan, do you know what the parks means.
Teacher, I don't know.
OK， 好，其实不用想太多啊 ，Parks 它就是基本上就是公园啊，有些人他不知道是什么，你就可以把它找出来这样子。那我们看另外一个叫 land， paragraph 2。Plastic bags pollute our land and water. Pollute 就是污染 ，P-O-L-L-U-T-E 还记得吗 ？Pollute our land and water. Land 就是我们的土地跟水源 ，land and water。那 pollute 既然是动词嘛，所以你后面这些一定就是名词。那 land 呢，其实又可以当动词使用，要有降落的意思。所以你坐飞机，它正在降落，就是 landing。OK， 那刚才那段的意思就是 land 它，你看像 land 它就有很多意思嘛，可以降落，可以是土地，那你要怎么去判断，就要看它的前后文。那 parks 也是一样 ，park 也可以就是当成，你们以后可能会去开车，开它正在停车的时候，就是这个 park 的意思，所以有动词跟名词的解释。OK，next one。Summarize page 66。那 summarize 就是结论的意思。等一下老师应该会要你写这个，所以你可以先写。好 ，OK， 我们老师已经进来喽。
All right, how's everyone doing? Hello.
Hello, teacher.
Janet, are you in a car?
Yes.
Are you going on vacation right now?
No.
Where are you going?
Do something.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Have class in the car. All right, very cool. All right, let's see who we have. I see Gavin, Christine, Eason, Janet. Is Jason here today?
No.
No, Jason. Oh my goodness. All right, that's okay. All right. Well, today, like I said, we are going to choose our argument, right? What we're going to argue about. So I guess somebody will just have to choose for Jason. That's okay. All right. So how's everyone doing? Is it raining where you guys are right now?
Yes, it's raining.
Yeah, it's raining so hard in Taipei right now. Very not cool. All right. Any cool plans for the weekend? You guys doing anything fun? Doing anything cool? Janet, since you're already in the car, are you doing anything cool this weekend?
Play games.
Play games. All right, that is pretty cool. I like that. How about you, Christine?
At home.
Stay at home. Oh, well, I guess if you like staying at home, that's cool. How about you, Gavin? Doing anything cool?
No.
No, nothing cool. Just stay at home, play video games. All right, last person, Easton. Please tell me you're doing something cool.
I go to Taoyuan last week.
Yeah. Was it last week or was it on Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. All right. Are you doing anything tomorrow? No?
Yes, I have to go to my English class school.
Okay. All right. Very cool. All right. So let's get started because I want to spend a little more time today choosing our topic. So what I want to do first is we only have 3 vocabulary words left. Now, Janet, I know you're in the car, so don't worry about writing it, okay? No big deal. So what I want to do is I want to finish these 3 words with the rest of us. Eason, you missed the first 5 words. Maybe when you guys do the review, you can ask one of your classmates to help you with the sentences. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right, perfect. Okay, so we have 3 words left, 3 vocabulary words left. Let's make sure we are on page 65. 65. Okay, page 65. All right. So our first word is very, very easy. It's something that we have already talked about for this story. Okay, it says rules. We must follow the rules in the gym. Okay, we must follow the rules in the gym. The gym is where you go exercise and you go run and you get very strong. Okay, now the question says, what is a rule at your school? Now we've already talked about this on the first day of this story. We talked about what rules does your school have? Okay, so this one should be really, really, really easy. All right, so let's start with Christine. What's one rule at your school?
No smoke.
No smoke. I hope so. You guys are only in like 7th and 8th grade. You definitely cannot smoke, but good rule. No smoking at your school. All right, perfect. Gavin, what's one rule at your school? Oh, I can't hear you.
Can you say again?
Oh, sorry. What is one rule at your school? You have to follow what rule?
Um, don't be late.
Don't be late. Perfect. That's a very, very important rule. Eason, what's one rule?
Don't make any noise in the class.
Don't make noises in the class. Yeah, true. Okay, Janet, last one.
Do our homework.
Do your homework. All right, cool. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to write any rule down from your school. You could be the one that you said. It could be one that somebody else said. Okay, so I'm going to write the one that Christine said because I thought it was pretty funny. So one rule is no smoking at school. Okay. All right. No smoking at school is a rule. All right. Now you don't have to write this one. You can choose what you want to write. Okay. Because you all told me a very good rule. Okay. So you can write your rule or you can write my rule. It's okay. Or Christine's rule, actually. Okay. Now, Christine, I want to ask you, how did you think of to say this rule? Out of all the rules, how come you chose this one?
Because I hate smoking.
Okay, that's a very good reason. Now, my question is, are there people that smoke at your school?
Have one.
Huh? Are there people that you've seen smoking at your school?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, you don't know, but you just hate smoking, so you say that's a good rule. Okay. No, I like that. I like that. That's good. All right, perfect. Okay. Our next word is united. Can everyone say that with me? United.
United.
Good. All right. So united means to come together, and to work together. Okay. United, come together. Okay. So the sentence says the team united to win the game. That means the team came together, they worked together to win the game. Okay. So it says, why is it important for a team to be united? Let's just say basketball. Okay, basketball, we all know the sport. It doesn't matter if we play it or not. But why is it important for a basketball team to be united, together? Why is it important for them to play together? Who can tell me? Why is that important? Okay. Go ahead, sorry, Janet.
They are a team.
Exactly, they are a team, right? Now, if you have 5 people who are playing together, who are working together, they are going to do very well. Okay, if you have 5 people who are like, nah, I don't want to work with you, I don't want to work with you, I don't want to work with you, do you think they're going to do a good job? No. Okay, so let me think of it this way. Now, at your school, do you ever have to work with others for a big project or anything like that? Do you ever have to work with others in class?
Yes.
You do, right? Now it's important for you guys to be united, because if you're working with somebody in your class and they're like, I don't want to work with you though, you do this, I don't want to do this, then you're not going to have a very good time working together. And the outcome, in the very end, your project won't be very good. Okay? So if you are working with somebody or working with more than one person, it's very important to be united, to work together. Okay? So the question was, why is it important for a team to be united? Okay? I'm going to say it is important for a team to work together. Which is very true. If you have a team that cannot work together, you're not going to do very well. Okay? All right, so it's always better to work together with others. All right, if you are like this, you're not going to have a good time. Nobody's going to have a good time. All right. Our last word for the day. These 3 words were all super easy. I don't know what happened on Wednesday. Wednesday, we all had 5 really hard words. Today, we have 3 really easy words, okay? Our last word is writers. Writers. Now, a writer is somebody who writes. They could be writing stories. They could be writing for the newspaper. A writer is just somebody who writes. Okay, somebody who writes. There's a lot of people who write storybooks, okay? And so those are my favorite kinds of writers because I like reading a lot of stories, okay? So the sentence says, the writers finished their stories. Now, before we answer the question, who here likes writing? Now, it doesn't have to be in English. It could be in Chinese. That's okay. But who enjoys writing? Who likes to do it? Anyone? Gavin, do you like writing?
Yes.
Okay, Gavin likes writing. How about Christine? You like writing? Or do you like drawing more?
Like drawing more.
You like drawing more. Okay, I thought so. How about Eason? You like writing?
No.
No, okay. Be honest, okay? Yeah, a lot of people don't like writing. That's normal. All right, how about Janet? You like writing?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect, okay? So when you are doing writing, writing is one of the hardest things to do in English. I know that, okay? Writing is so difficult because English, there's so many different rules, there's so much different grammar. It's very difficult. Now, when people are learning English, like you guys are learning English. When people are learning English, they usually hate writing because writing is not fun. Writing is hard. There's 500,000 different rules, okay? So writing is difficult. I know that, okay? But we are probably going to work on writing a little bit. I'm not going to make you guys do a lot because writing is difficult, though, okay? But don't be scared of it, okay? The more you practice writing, the better you are going to get. When I was in college, I studied writing, English literature. And every day I just had to write. And then maybe I have to write like 100-page homework, like 100 pages, okay? So I've done a lot of writing, and writing is something that I really like, okay? But not everybody likes it. That's okay, all right? So the question is, name a famous writer who lived long ago. This is a terrible question because I can barely remember any writers that lived long ago, okay? So instead, I want you to tell me, what writer do you like? What book do you like reading and who wrote it? Okay. Now, if it's a Chinese book, that's okay. You can write the Chinese name. Okay. I am not worried about that one bit. But for someone like all those Japanese anime cartoons, if you like those are writers too. They write the stories and stuff like that. You can say which story they wrote. Okay. If you don't know the name, that's okay. You can say, I like the writer who wrote blah, 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 blah. Okay. So you guys choose. Who did you like? Who do you like that wrote something that you enjoy reading? Okay. So this is a very, very hard question. There's no right, there's no wrong answer. Okay. This is who do you like? So I'm going to write a famous writer I like is, okay, and then you guys fill in the blank. Okay, you write who you like. All right, this is a tough question. All right, very hard question. Not everybody remembers the names of the writers. Like right now, I can't even think of one for myself. Is okay, I'm just gonna. Okay. All right. Is everyone good with this question? Can we move on? Eason, Christine, Gavin? You guys finished with this question?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Okay. We're only going to do one page from here today. That's it. One page. Okay. All right. So the big word that we want to talk about today is the word summarize. Okay. Summarize. Now, usually when you have to do a lot of reading, you're like, oh man, I got to read 5 pages. I wish I could read something that would just tell me a little bit. They just change all these 5 pages into a little bit of writing. Okay, I wish they could just tell me the important parts. That's what this word means here. Summarize. Summarize means to make shorter. To make shorter, but and only tell you the important parts of the writing. Okay? For instance, I'm going to read this out loud here, okay? I'm going to read this. I want you guys to listen. For most Americans, plastic bags are part of shopping. Often, these bags get thrown away soon after the trip to the store. About 500 billion bags are produced each year around the world. Fewer than 3% are recycled. This has a serious impact on the environment. Okay, so now we have this writing right here, okay? And it's not very long, but it's maybe like 5, 6, 7 sentences. Now, if I want to summarize this, I want to make it shorter. And I'm only going to say the important parts. So I want to change all of these sentences into maybe 1 or 2 sentences. So I only want to say the important things. Okay, that's what it means by summarize, to make shorter. Okay, so let's not write it yet. Let's not write anything, but I want you to read this paragraph one more time on your own. Okay, everybody read this. And then I'm going to ask you guys, what are the most important parts in this paragraph? Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes to read it. Go ahead. All right, is everyone finished reading it? Everyone good? Eason, Christine, Gavin, Janet? Have you guys finished reading this paragraph? Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You guys finished? Eason?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
perfect. Okay. So they tell us all these things. They tell us so many sentences. I want to make it shorter. Now, we don't have to use the same words as them as long as we can say the same meaning. Okay. So let me ask Christine, what do you think was one super important thing that they said in this paragraph? You only need to tell me one.
Let me think.
Yeah, think. Everybody think, okay? All right. I'll come back to you, Christine. How about Eason? Tell me one important thing that you thought was good from this paragraph.
Plastic bags.
Yep, plastic bags. Now, what about plastic bags? What are they talking about plastic? They are. That's what the paragraph is about. It's about plastic bags. But what is one important thing that they said about plastic bags? I'll come back to you. Don't worry, Eason, okay? Janet.
Often these bags get thrown away
After
after the trip to the store.
Good. So people are throwing away these bags. That is something important, okay? Gavin, do you have something important that you want to share? No, it's okay. Don't worry. Okay? No worries. How about anyone, Christine or Eason, do you want to say anything before I continue? Or do you want me to go ahead? I'm going to go ahead. Okay, guys, now look over here, okay? I'm going to outline this in blue. And now I'm going to read it. People use billions of plastic bags every year. Few are recycled. This hurts the environment. Now, this one right here is definitely much shorter, right? It's much shorter, and it tells us the same thing as this one, just maybe not as many details, okay? So the short one says, people use billions of plastic bags every year, which is true, okay? Now look at the red one. It says about 500 billion bags are produced each year around the world. Now, do these two sentences have the same meaning? Look at the two sentences that I drew the blue line on. Are these the same? Do they mean the same thing? People use billions of plastic bags every year, and about 500 billion bags are produced each year around the world. Now, they don't mean exactly the same thing, but they have similar meanings, okay? What we did is we just took this sentence right here, this sentence, and we just made it shorter and turned it into this. Okay, that's super messy. I'm going to erase it now. Okay, so pretty much this sentence right here, we turned it shorter into this sentence. We summarized it. Okay, we made it a little bit easier. We don't say quite as much. Okay, we still say the important stuff, but we don't say everything. All right, we don't say everything about it. All right, nice job. The next one says, few are recycled. Few are recycled. Now, Christine, can you help me find few are recycled, but find it in the big reading? What do they say about few are recycled in the big reading? Which sentence?
Fewer than 33%
3%
are recycled.
Great. Fewer than 3% are recycled. Now, these two sentences are still talking about recycling. One just says less than 3%, and one says just few are recycled. Okay, so these two sentences mean the same thing. It's just one is a little bit longer, one has a little bit more information. Okay, so once again, we summarize this sentence right here and it turns shorter into this one. Okay, so remember, summarizing is taking a lot of words and making it shorter, but still having the same meaning. Okay, last sentence. I'm going to change back to red. Okay, this hurts the environment. Eason, can you tell me which sentence in here talks about hurting the environment?
This has a serious impact on the environment.
Perfect. This has a serious impact on the environment. And this hurts the environment. Same exact meaning, just shorter. Okay, so once again, they summarized it. They made it a lot shorter. Perfect. Okay, guys, nice job. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to look at page 63. Okay, page 63 in our story. So it should be 63 right here. Okay. Now you can look at my screen or you can flip back on your paper, that's okay. What we're gonna do is we are going to look at paragraph 1 only right here, only paragraph 1. Now let me read it. It says, let's look at history and learn from our mistakes. We don't need a ban. That means we don't need to take away plastic bags. Plastic bags are okay. We need better ways to recycle. Many stores are now helping to make recycling easier. They put out bins for plastic bags. This limits litter and pollution. It also helps save Earth's resources. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sentences. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to summarize it. We want to make it shorter. Let's do 3 sentences. Let's change these 7 sentences into 3 sentences that kind of say the same thing, just shorter. Okay. So once again, I want you guys to read this paragraph now. Read it one more time, and then think about 3 sentences that you can use to tell us about this whole thing. Okay. We are going to summarize this paragraph. We are going to say the important parts. Okay. So please read this paragraph one more time. I'll give you another 2 minutes, and then we'll do it. Okay. Okay, did we all finish reading this? Christine, Eason, Gavin, you guys finished reading this? Janet? All right, good. Christine, you okay?
Yes.
All right, Eason, you good? All right, nice. All right, so we have these 7 sentences. Let's summarize. Let's make it shorter. Now, let's start with Janet. Can you tell me one important sentence that you want to use, or one sentence that you came up with, you make up, to make this a little bit shorter, to summarize it? Just give me one sentence.
Many stories are new helping to make recycle easier.
Okay, many stores are helping to make recycling easier. Okay, that's definitely one thing we can use, okay? Now, how about Eason? Tell me one other important sentence. What's one more important sentence?
This limits litter and pollution help save
Great.
Earth resources.
Good, good. So that's 2 sentences, okay? Now we could probably make this into 1 sentence. That would work, okay? Great job, Eason. Now, Gavin, is there any other important part in this reading, you think? Anything else that's super important? Or you think they said it all?
They pulled out bins for package bag.
Okay, they put out bins for plastic bags. Good. Now, they put out bins for plastic bags. That is one way that many stores are now helping. Okay, let's go back to our page. Let's go back down. Let's go back down. Okay, so it says write a summary of paragraph 1 on page 63. Okay, so let's make all of this shorter. Let's write only the important things. Okay, so I'm gonna write what I think works very well. Okay, so I'm gonna say many stores are helping us recycle plastic bags. Okay, many stores are helping us recycle plastic bags. Now, this is just 1 sentence. We have more, but you can write this sentence first before we continue. All right, so because many stores are helping us recycle plastic bags, what's going to happen after that? They're helping us recycle, and that is going to do what? Christine, can you help me out?
Yes.
What happens when stores help us recycle? What's going to happen next?
I don't know.
That's okay. All right. So guys, did we write this down yet? Because I'm going to go back up. Did we write this sentence already? Okay, looks like Gavin's still writing. That's okay. All right, we'll wait 1 minute. And then we're going to take a look. Okay, I want you to think about it. What stores that are helping us recycle plastic bags, how does that help us? Okay. All right, we're going to move back up and we're going to take a look at the story again. Okay. So it says here, many stores are helping us recycle plastic bags. Now, what does this do? Eason, you read this one earlier. You said this is important. What does it do when they help us recycle plastic bags?
Please limit litter and pollution to Earth resources.
Good, okay? So what they're saying is if these stores help us do this, then it will limit pollution and litter, okay? So keep writing. I don't have the sentence there anymore, so I'll just keep writing what I write afterwards, okay? So because stores are helping us recycle, this will make litter less and save resources, okay? Because that's what they said in the reading earlier. All we're doing is making a little bit shorter, okay? This will make litter less and will save resources, right? So we turned that big writing, 7 sentences, and we actually just turned it into how many sentences? How many sentences did we write here? Janet, how many sentences did we write?
Just 1.
Well, we wrote 2, right? Because I erased the first one. I erased the first one. Do you guys remember the first one? Okay, so we only wrote 2 sentences. We changed 7 sentences and we made it smaller to where it's only 2 sentences. Now, we are still saying the same things, just not as much detail, not as much information, okay? But we turned 7 sentences into 2, okay? That's, once again, that word is called summarize, okay? Summarize means to make shorter, okay? All right, guys, put this away. We're done with this book. We're done with this, okay? It's time to get to the fun stuff. All right, go ahead and close that. Close it. Okay, and now for this next part, you don't need any papers. You don't need any pencils. All you need to do is pay attention. Okay, so you don't need anything special. All right, so remember, the other day we were talking about arguing. Now, Eason, you weren't here. That's okay, right? So we were talking about 2 different teams that think differently. And what they want to do is they want to argue with each other. They want to fight each other with our words, okay? So what we're going to do today is we are going to choose a topic. A topic is the subject, okay? We are going to choose what we want to fight about, all right? So there are a few that I already looked at that I think are pretty good. So I'm going to talk about it with you guys, and you guys help me choose which one you like the most. Okay, does everybody understand?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So let's take a look at the few that I thought were pretty good. Okay, so the first one is, I want to talk about these first 2. Okay, so the first one says, should we ban homework? Does homework promote learning? What that means is, should schools give homework? Does anybody here like doing homework? Gavin, you like doing homework? Well, Janet likes doing homework? Okay. Gavin, you like doing homework?
I don't like.
I don't like it either. I hate homework. Okay, what about Christine? Do you like doing homework?
No, I don't like it.
No, you don't. Okay, and I'm going to guess that Eason does not like doing homework either. Am I right or wrong, Eason? Do you like doing homework?
No, I don't
No.
like it. I hate it.
Okay, so the question today is, should we take away homework? Should there be no more homework in school? Okay, so the 2 teams would be, yes, I think we should take away homework, or no, I think we should keep doing homework, okay? So that's one of the subjects, okay? And then we would choose 2 teams, and then we would argue with each other about it. But that's, just keep listening, because that's only one, okay? Now the next question, the next topic, it says, how essential is college education? What that means is, do you think you need to go to college in order to do well? When you grow up, do you have to go to college? Okay, do you have to go to college? What do you guys think? Okay, let's start with Christine. Do you feel like you need to go to college to do well in life?
Yes.
Okay, so Christine is on the yes team. How about Eason? Do you think you need to go to college?
Yes.
Okay, so, okay. How about Janet?
Yes.
Okay, how about Gavin?
Yes.
Okay, so you know what? We can't do this one because there's only one team. Everybody's on the same team. So we're going to go ahead and cross that one out, okay? Everybody thinks it's important to go to college, which is true, okay? It is true. It is very important to go to college, okay? So that one, say bye-bye. Now, we could still do the homework one, but let's keep going, okay? Now, here's another one that I thought was a little bit interesting, okay? Are private schools better than public schools? Okay, private schools are, what is it called, like 私立学校? Is that what private is? I think that's what it means in Chinese. Okay, and public is, somebody help me out. What's public in Chinese? Public is a school where everyone, yes, that word, perfect. Now, the question is, are private schools better than public schools? Okay, what do you guys think? Christine, what do you think?
I think public schools are good.
Okay, so Christine says She thinks public schools are better. Okay, sure. Okay, now what about Gavin? Do you think private schools are better or public schools are better?
Yes.
Private or public? Which one do you like more? Which one do you think is better?
Public.
Public? Okay, so Christine and Gavin said that public schools are better. Janet, what do you think?
都不好看。
What do you think, Janet? Do you think public schools are better than private schools?
No. No.
No?
I don't like.
Okay, so you think private or public is better?
Public.
You think public is better. Okay, so this one is looking like everybody thinks public is better again. So we might not be able to do it, okay? Fair enough, okay? Now, let's look at number 8 right here, okay? It says, is it okay to teach religion in schools? Now, religion is what you believe in, like Buddhism or like 信主耶稣, like believe in God and Jesus and stuff like that. Do you think they should teach this in school? These kinds of things? Okay, because when I grew up in school, they taught us a lot of religion in school. They said, hey, you have to read the Bible. Hey, you have to believe in Jesus. You have to go to church every day. When I was in school, they did that. Okay, do you think it's okay to teach this in school or not okay? Let's start with Eason. What do you think? You know what? Let's skip this one. This one might be a little bit too difficult, okay? Now let's do an easier one. This has to do with all of you, okay? Is it fair to make all students learn another language? Because you guys are all learning Chinese, right? Because you're in Taiwan. We speak Chinese. You're learning Chinese. Now, do you think it's fair that you have to learn English? Or do you think like, hey, I'm going to stay in Taiwan my whole life. Why do I need to learn English? What do you guys think? Do you think it's good that they are making you learn another language, or you think it's not needed? We don't need it. What do you think? Eason. Okay, Christine says we need. Okay, so Christine says, yes, I think we should learn another language. Okay, so Christine, I'm going to put 1 for yes. Eason, what do you think?
Yes, we need to.
You think yes too? You think you have to? Okay, okay. All right. What about Gavin? Do you think it's fair? Now, you guys can be honest. Be honest, okay? If you think learning English is stupid, that's okay. All right? It's not going to hurt my feelings. This is what you think. All right. So, Gavin and Janet, do you guys think that it's fair that you have to learn English?
We need to study.
Okay. Yeah. So, you need to study it, but do you want to study it, or is it because somebody tells you to?
I want to study.
You like to study it? Okay, sure. How about Gavin? Do you like learning English, or is it because somebody says, hey, Gavin, you have to learn English?
I like.
You like learning English too? Oh my goodness, we can't do this one, okay? All right, I thought that one would be a split, because some people think like, hey, I don't live in America. I don't live in a country that all speak English. Why do I need to learn it? Okay, sometimes there are a lot of people that think like that, which is okay. You know, it's fair. If you're living in Taiwan and you guys speak Chinese, then why don't we just learn Chinese? Okay, so that's okay. That's okay. So far, before we keep going, what do you guys think of these questions? Is there any question that you like the most so far, or are they all a little bit so-so? What do you guys think?
So fun.
They're okay. All right. Well, there's still more. There's still more. Okay. Now, one that I like, one that I actually did with my students before, we did this one. Should there be zoos? Yes or no? Zoo is a 动物园. Okay. Do you think it's right to have zoos, or you think it's bad to have zoos? Okay, so yes means we should have zoos. No means we should not have zoos. Okay, what do you guys think? Should there be zoos? Let's start with Gavin this time. What do you think? Do you think it's okay to have zoos, or you think it's bad to have zoos? What do you think? This is what you think. There's no right or wrong answer, okay? Do you want me to come back to you, Gavin?
No.
You think about it. It's okay.
No.
I come back to you at the end. No, you said no zoos? Okay, so Gavin says no zoos. Cool. All right, Janet, what do you think? Yes to zoos or no to zoos?
Yes, it is so fun.
Okay, Janet says no, zoos are fun. We need zoos. Okay, so Janet says yes to zoos. Eason, what do you think?
No zoo.
No zoos. Say bye-bye to zoos. Okay, last one, Christine.
No zoo.
No zoos, okay? Now, can I ask you guys, why do you say no zoos? What is your reason? Because you can't, when you have an argument and you have a debate, you can't just say, I think it's like this because I said so. Like, no, that's not a good reason. You have to tell me why you think it is not a good reason. How come we should not have zoos? We can't just be because I think so, so it's like that. No. You have to tell me, why is it bad to have zoos, okay? So Christine, can you tell me one reason you think zoos are bad? Why is it bad? Or why do you want to take away zoos?
Because I want animals can free.
All right, that's a good reason, very good reason, okay? So Christine says she wants animals to be free. I think that's a very, very good reason. What about you, Eason? Why do you think we should have no zoos? You said no.
Because the animal in the zoo, they don't free.
Yeah, they're not free, okay? So very similar to what Christine said. So you're right, they're not free, all right? Now, I'm gonna switch it. Janet, why do you think we should have zoos? Why did you say yes?
Because animals are very cute.
All right, that's a good reason. All right, that's Janet's reason. She says she likes going and seeing all the animals. She thinks they're very cute. Okay, so I'm going to help Janet out here. I'm going to say, now this is not what I really think, but I'm just going to say one thing for the yes team. I'm going to say that we should have zoos because it's a very good way to learn about animals, right? If we had no zoos, if we didn't have any people with these animals, it would be very hard to learn about them. Okay, so sometimes having zoos can be good because I think learning about animals is very important. Okay, so do you see how we have two different teams and each team has different reasons, right? It's like, no, animals need to be free. Like, but we need to learn about animals. Okay, animals need to be free, but animals are cute. Okay, so do you see how we have two different teams and we all have different ways of thinking about it? Okay, we all have different ways. All right, so you got to think about this is a debate, right? Your debate is me and Janet and I. We are trying to convince, we are trying to change Gavin's mind. We're trying to change Christine's mind. We're trying to change Eason's mind. We want them to think, yes, zoos are great. But this team right here, the no team, Gavin, Christine, and Eason, you guys are trying to change Janet and me and Janet's mind and bring us to the no team. Okay, so that's the point of the debate. That's why we do debates, is we try to change other people's minds, okay? That's a pretty good one. Maybe we'll do this one. Maybe we'll do this one, okay? So let's see. There's one other one that I like. Let me find it really quick. Okay. Now my next question is, what age can kids start making their own decisions? Okay. Well, how old do you have to be to make your own rules, to do what you want to do? What do you think? What is a right age? Because a lot of people is very different. Okay. Let me give you an example. All right. So in Taiwan, if I want to go drink beer, if I want to go drink wine, I want to drink alcohol, 喝酒, okay? How old do you have to be? How old do you have to be to drink beer?
18.
18, okay? Now, in America, is one of the few places in the world, if you want to drink beer, if you want to drink alcohol, you have to be 21. Okay? You cannot drink alcohol at 18 years old. Okay, so everywhere, all the different countries have different rules to say how old you need to be to do certain things. Now, let me give you another example. In Taiwan, if you want to drive a car or ride a scooter, how old do you have to be? Is it 18?
18 or 20.
Yes.
18 or 20, okay. All right, 18 or 20. Did you know in America, you can start driving a car when you're 16? You're only 16 and you can start driving a car, okay? So now what we need to decide is, what is the right age where people can start doing everything, when people can start making their own decisions, okay? So what I'm trying to say is, how old do you have to be before you can choose what you want to do? That means you don't have to listen to your parents, you don't have to listen to your teacher, okay? What do you think? How old do you have to be? Okay, so in my opinion, I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna say 20 years old. I think that's a good number, okay? I think that's a good number where people can make their own choices, because I feel like 18, you know, you're still in school, you're in your last year of school, maybe you don't have the best decisions, you don't make the right choices, okay? I think if we wait till 20, then it will be a lot easier. You'll be a little bit more mature and you'll have better ways of thinking about things, okay? Now, let's go to Christine. Christine, how old do you think you need to be before you can make your own decisions?
20.
You think 20 is a good number? Okay, 20 is a good number. So let's make the choices actually, okay? So I said 20, Christine said 20. The next one can be 18 or 21, okay? 3 different ages. I want you to choose which one you think is right, okay? So Christine says 20. Eason, what do you think? How old do you have to be before you can make your own choices?
18.
18, okay, Eason says 18. All right, perfect. All right, Janet, how old do you have to be? What do you think? Did you say 20?
Yes.
Okay, so Janet says 20. Last one, Gavin, what do you think? How old do you need to be before, hey, I'm going to do whatever I want, nobody can tell me anything different?
18.
18, hey, okay, this is our first one that we're split 2 and 2. All right, so very cool. Now, guys, what we are going to do is we are going to choose our topic now. We only have a few minutes left, okay? And every single class after this will spend a little bit of time working on our debate, all right? So the ones that I thought were the best topics can be this one, okay? What age do you have to be to make your own decisions? This is number 1. I want you guys to keep listening, okay? That's number 1. Number 2 was, should we have zoos? Okay, I'm going to write these down because I'm going to forget. I have terrible memory. Okay, so I'm going to say, What age to be an adult? Okay, what age? This is number one. Okay, number two is, should we have zoos? Should we have zoos? Number three was, oh, here we go. This one we all agreed on the same thing. I'll still write it though. Do you need to go to college? Do you need to go to college? So I think we talked about 5 different ones. And the other one was, oh, there's 4. Okay, let's just do 4. Should we take away homework? Should there be homework in school? All right, so we have 4 different questions here. Now we can choose any one that we want to do, okay? So everyone, you get to choose twice. Think about the 2 questions that you like the best. And then we're gonna see which one has the most, and that's the one that we are gonna do, okay? So read these 4, choose the 2 that you think are the most interesting, the ones that you would like to fight with somebody else about. Okay, think about which one is like, I think I have a pretty good chance to win this fight. Okay, so think about it. Let's get started and let's see which ones we're gonna do, okay? So the first one is, what age to be an adult? How old do you have to be to make your decision? If this is one that you would like to do, please raise your hand. Okay, we have 2. Okay, we have 2 people that want to do this. Cool. All right, remember, you can vote 2 times. You can choose 2 times, okay? The second one, oh, Eason wants to do it too, okay? So 3. The next one is, should we have zoos? Should we have zoos? Okay, if you think you would like to talk about this one, please raise your hand. Remember, you can vote 2 times. Nobody, everyone says boo, this one stinks. Okay, sure. Number 3, do you need to go to college? If you think this is an interesting topic and you would like to argue about this, please raise your hand. Okay, 1. And the last one, should there be homework in school? If you think this is a good one, you may raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness, okay. 4 people, all right, good. So it looks like the topic that we will be doing is, should there be homework in school, all right? Perfect. Now, next week, we will start working on this and we will split the teams next week. Now, Jason hopefully will be back next week, okay? So we will choose the teams. Now, one team is going to have 3 people. One team is going to have 2 people, but that's okay. All right, that's no problem. I cannot be on the team because I'm going to be the person that's in the middle. That's going to say who gets what point, okay? So I cannot choose a side. But okay, are you guys excited to do something like this? Does this sound fun? Or does this sound like, okay? What do you guys think?
It's so funny.
It sounds funny? It could be fun. I think debates are really fun. You get to fight with your friends. Okay, so I think it's pretty fun. What about you, Gavin? Are you excited to do something like this?
Yes.
All right, cool. Christine, Eason, what do you guys think?
I think very great.
All right, perfect. I'm glad we can do it then. All right, Eason, you ready to do something like this?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll start that next week, okay? Guys, now we only have 2 minutes left. Before we end, can I ask you a question? What is summarize? We just did this, right? What does summarize mean?
Short.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. To take something that's very long and to make it short. See, Janet even summarized the meaning. She didn't want to tell me the whole meaning, so she just said one word. She said short. Okay, so Janet summarized her answer, which is not wrong. Okay, so good job. All right, so summarize means to make short. Okay, now it's very important, especially when you get a little bit older, and then maybe you're in reading class or Chinese English class, and the teacher says, hey, you have to read this book, and it's 500 pages. Okay, now do you think everything in those 500 pages is going to be important? No. I'll give you the answer. Absolutely not. Not everything's going to be important, okay? So what a lot of people do, I'm not telling you to do this, this is not right or wrong, but what a lot of people do is they go on the internet and they Google summary of blah, 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 whatever book you have to read. And then you can just read the important parts, okay? I'm not saying this is right. I'm not saying that, hey, don't ever read the book your teacher tells you to read. That's wrong, okay? But I'm saying if you are reading a book and you want to know the important parts, there are a lot of websites out there that summarize these very long books for you, just so you can read the important parts, okay? So keep that in mind as you think about summarizing, when you think about making things shorter. All right, now guys, that is it for today. All right, I had a really good time in this class. I hope you had a good time too. And I hope you all have a great weekend. Have a fun Saturday, Sunday, okay? That's it for today.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye, guys. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend too.
All right, bye-bye. Have a good one. Bye.
Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye, teacher.
Bye-bye.